Hi guys, it's Nana, Foxy Mama 365, right back at you again with Celebrity Big Brother. This is the second to the last episode, season 2, episode 13 I think it is, and we're almost done. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Oh, I've really enjoyed the Celebrity Big Brother. So we're back into the house and we see the celebrities talking about, and they're really excited about being, in the top 5. Dina is like, even coming this far, her kids will be so proud of her. Candy is very excited as well. Tamar is dancing and she's like all, over the moon, and which is kind of good. And then we get Mac Mcgrawth, who was also one of the celebrities in the season 1. He comes into the house and they're like, what? And then they have the whole table set and they all sit down and they're like talking and going back and reminiscing on what had happened. So we're looking at clips that we have seen and a lot of clips that we really haven't seen from all through the season. So the first one, they talk about the mooch, and then he's asking them what was the most difficult thing, and everybody's like, trying not to say too much, but then they noticed that the mooch was really open, and he was pretty much a straightforward guy. He spoke about his time, his 10 days, howbeit, in the White House, and they talked about Donald Trump, and he was like, yeah, he didn't like a few people that worked with Trump, and because of that, he lost his job. And he was like, oh, do you have any friends in Washington? And he's like, nope, it's better to get a dog. Someone said, one of the presidents said it's easier to probably have a dog than to get a friend, in that setting. So they're like, does Donald Trump have a dog? No, then that means he probably doesn't have friends. Anyways, so they show the mooch. I really like the mooch. I think he's a cool guy. Yeah. And then moving on, they talk about the show Candy and Tamar and the other girls who have just formed an alliance to be the last top 3. And then Natalie walks in with Lolo, not realizing that Tamar is lying right there in the bed, and they're like dancing and celebrating that, they're going to probably be the top 2 and they should give themselves a name. What name are they going to call themselves? And Tamar is like, I see what's going on here. And then Lolo is like, Tamar is in the room. So she's trying to, Natalie's like, The first rule is never talk shit. You just never know who is around the corner, who is listening. Besides Big Brother and the rest of us world listening to you, you just need to realize you're on camera 24/7. So they try to calm Tamar down, and Tamar is like, oh, okay. They're like, okay, we got a name for you. I got a name for you, busted.com. And then they show the clip where she's going back and forth with Lolo, where Lolo gets upset because she says, she's going to put her hands on her neck. And Lolo's like, no, don't try me. I'm a fighter. Ugh. Anyways, they now show Joey being a neatness freak. And I was like, yeah, somehow we never got to see any part of the in-house, because usually when you're living with people, there'll be stuff like, did you clean this? Did you use my stuff? Or did you not return it? Or did you eat my food? And so they're kind of showing us that. And then we see Joey being the neatness freak, and he's like, you guys are like living in a dumpster. And everybody's like, ooh, he needs to be Mr. Clean. Honestly, he's got the bald head and he's got the muscles. Or is it Mr. Muscles? Yeah, he needs to be Mr. Muscles. Then they talk about Kato. We see where Kato is also trying to get Ricky to laugh. It doesn't work for the first 1 minute, but eventually Ricky laughs. So pretty much just highlights, and I'm here for it. And then they show Ryan and Joey becoming buddies, and Joey is teaching Ryan a lot of stuff and showing him a lot of stuff, and they're walking out together. And of course Lolo is upset. She's like, why are they so close? First of all, she gets upset with Ryan being buddies with Jonathan. Then Jonathan leaves and she's still like, and I'm like, Lolo girl, get it together. She actually cried. They didn't show this part this time around, but she actually cried when Ryan left. And Ryan was like, she was always about the Team USA thing, and there's an unspoken rule that once you guys are teammates, you live that way for, you carry it through. Then they show Candy and Tamar going back and forth. When they got into the house, they were not talking or speaking. It was kind of cold, and then they were able to talk their issues through, and eventually they are in a good place, which is kind of cool. And then it's pretty much a roller coaster ride in the house, Then finally, they also show Lolo talking about her life and opening up about being a virgin, and Tamar is like, what? and she's like, okay, kudos to you. I mean, it is what it is, and she's holding on to her guns, and I totally, it is, I mean, if it works for her, good, but yeah, all the best. And then they talked also about Tom and his cancer, and then Ryan, they also showed Ryan talking about what happened when he went for one of the Olympics, and they went out and got drunk, and it became a big situation. They had the gun pointed at them, and suddenly he went from being, like someone that everybody loved and liked to someone that everybody hated. I remember that incident. I remember hearing about it. It was a big hullabaloo that time. So Ryan spoke about that, and people were saying, oh, young kids now coming up to him and wishing him dead just because he was no longer a good role model. Ricky also spoke a little about his own life and understanding that part too, being that he also, stuff he did off the field also affected his reputation that he had built for so long. So he went also from being liked and loved to being hated. I don't know what Ricky's situation is, but I mean, it is what it is. And then we see Tom freestyling and Dina coming right back at him with the rap, and Dina literally winning. And it's kind of cool to just see all of this. And then of course they showed people crying in the diary room, people getting to the diary room and talking, missing their families, and not being, they're fighting, and then just unleashing their anger. So it was kind of cool. I'm excited that being able to review this Big Brother this season, and I'm really rooting for Tamar to win. Now there's the head of house competition that's going to happen, and they show the competition. I think it's called the Batman musical, the musical, and they're going to be hooked, and then they have to like fly from one end to the other to try and put a picture together, but they have a limited time to do it, otherwise everything that they put up literally comes down. So we see Tamar literally crying, oh, she's scared of heights, and everybody else is competing and, going back and forth and trying to do some stuff, and Tamar is there, she's like, oh, I'm scared of heights. So that's literally where we end off. So we're going to watch tomorrow evening to find out actually who becomes the head of house. So once again, thanks for watching. Look forward to finding out who becomes the head of house and who the last 4, I think, competitions are going to be in the house. So be sure to like, be sure to share, be sure to comment, and be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching.